YouTube, what's good YouTube? Y'all already know it's your boy Jay. Today I'm about to show you guys NBA 2K22 news that has been announced from Beluba himself. Word for word, this is basically the information that's going to be in NBA 2K22 and all the stuff that has to do with the animations and the seasons and battle pass for it as well. So we're going to go over to Beluba's page right now. Now before we go to his actual Twitter, Mike Wang did say some things that would be in the game, saying about the battle pass, and he did say some things about some of the builds. So let's go ahead and look at those videos right now.
What's going on with NBA 2K22 that you can share with us?
Oh wow, there's so many things to share, Alexis, and the city got a big rework. On Gen 4, there's a cruise boat, it's crazy. There's just so much going on with gameplay, an all new defensive mechanic system that feels way better to me. It's a lot more fun, a lot more competitive, and just across the board, so many areas were touched. So,
what do you think the community is going to be most excited about with gameplay changes?
Number one, because this was one of our biggest pillars for gameplay this year, it's going to be defense. And I think that's going to be just perimeter defense, body ups on the floor, movement, and how the players feel just in on-ball defensive stances and on-ball defensive situations. But at the rim especially, and contesting shots, all that stuff was reworked. We have an all-new block system. It just feels much more rewarding on the defensive end of the floor, just making plays and getting stops. So I think that's going to be the most exciting thing for our community because it's just a much more balanced game and a much more fun game to play.
Okay, so guys, just to sum it up, Mike Wang did say there would be better perimeter defense, body ups, a contest system, and he said there's even a new block system. Now, as you guys didn't, if you guys didn't know, Mike Wang, back when 2K21 was in his dying stages, he did say something along the lines of adding contact dunk snatch blocks, which I don't know what the fuck that is, bro. But if he adds that, I guess that would be insane. I don't know if that would be overpowered much, but he did say something about that. But Mike Wang did have a couple more things to say about 2K22, so let's get back into it.
And the second thing I'm going to say is, because this is one of my personal favorites, is going to be dribbling. I think that just all the stuff we've added there with the new combos and the new signature moves, which is going to be a lot of fun. So if you're a dribble guy, a dribble head, you're going to have a lot to work with this year.
What is Mike Wang most excited about with 2K22 gameplay?
So the game feels way more balanced, and it makes more sense just in terms of how we're rewarding players if they are doing the right thing on the court. I know it sounds really general and really basic, but a lot of times in the past, sometimes you'd make the right play or do the right thing, but you weren't always rewarded for it. And if we're in 2K22, I feel like that's it's much more just a one-to-one. If you make the right play, you get rewarded. You get the right stops, or you score.
Okay, so in terms of the skill-based reward system, I just want to touch up on this because I feel like this is exactly what they're talking about. Let's say if you get a stop as a lock, you get a pluck steal. Let's say, like, you know how sometimes when you get the pluck steals, the person that lost the ball will be able to pick up the ball right back up, and sometimes he'll get a blow by, or he'll be able to, like, it'll put him in a cuff or something like that, and you won't be rewarded for your steal for having good timing, pressing X. Or let's say if you're a center, you have good timing, being able to be in the paint on time and contest the shot, and then the same person that just went up got his own board type shit. I think that's what they're talking about. I feel like in terms of the person that's playing offense, his reaction time should be way slower than the person that's playing defense, because in reality, if you go up with something dumb or you lose the ball, you're not going to be able to recover as fast as what the defender can.
So just shooting open shots, taking high IQ shots, much more rewarded. It just feels way better to make the right play, get open, knock down those open jumpers. They're so much fun to play with.
Can you tell us a little bit more about seasons?
What we're doing with seasons is we're going to try and release content throughout the entire year. So, on day one, we've usually just thrown all the animations at you, all the signature moves and shots and everything. But we're going to try and roll that out across the year, just to kind of change the meta up a little bit, give people something to look forward to. And it's really going to, I think, just prolong the life of the game and make people just excited to try new things as the year goes on.
A lot of players love making the dominant archetypes of NBA 2K and NBA 2K21. It seemed like it was the power forward. So Mike, what do you think the dominant archetype will be for NBA 2K22?
That's a good question, because that's something that we're always trying to balance and tune, because we don't really want there to be one dominant archetype, right? So The power forward thing is fixed, and it's much more spread out in terms of the badges you get per position and heights and archetypes. But one thing we've really focused on was trying to make all the different heights and positions have unique strengths and abilities. So one thing that I think might actually be interesting is we might have a lot of smaller players this year. If you are 6 foot or under, you get a massive speed boost. You have access to higher ball handling ratings as well as like 3-point ratings. So a lot of people might gravitate toward that direction this year.
As far as what he's talking about, they're asking a couple more questions. They're asking new jump shots, landings. He said yes. Some other stuff that they said. He said new seasonal animation content drops are for my players only and not for NBA players, which basically means when he did say like they were gonna add different signature styles and different jump shots throughout the year to keep the game fresh. That's what he's talking about. And he said, somebody asked, is the Curry slide a seasonal content, or is the whole 2K community, 2K guard community will be in shambles? He said maybe I shouldn't release it at all. So who knows? I don't know if he's trolling on that, but I don't know, bro. All I know is the game better have some type of decent dribbling or good dribbling, because if it doesn't, the game is gonna die out quick. There's no shot meter still give you a boost, yes. So that's confirmed in 2K22. They also want to know how different is current gen from next gen. And surprisingly, you know how this gen for next gen and current gen, they're both like two different dribbling styles. One has a speed boost glitch, one doesn't. It has like different dribbling styles, different like movement patterns, and they said current gen and next gen are pretty much similar on court this year compared to last year, which is a really good W. So let's say if you play next gen and somebody dribbles one way on next gen and you want to figure out how to dribble like that on current gen, you will be able to. And I feel like the views won't differentiate this year depending on which 2K you play. Will both next gen and current gen console receive new animations or SIGs? And he said you're pretty much going to get the same thing for both gens, which is a W. Also said that the vibration shot queue is gone. I'm assuming this is to get rid of Zens. I'm not exactly sure. But this year we really did have a problem with Zens. People were abusing it with shot aiming. Even when the shot aiming was gone, people were abusing it with the vibration. They came up with a whole new script, which was terrible. So I mean, vibration shot queue, I feel like it was a W in the community, but I feel like as long as you get your shot right, you'll be able to shoot without it. I mean, it's a W and L, but I'm kind of neutral on that as well too. Real player percentage, if you don't know what that is basically for like layups and free throws. He said yes, that's still in the game. If you unlock animations at 99, you don't lose them anymore. If you drop to 95, just copy how the badges do it. And he said overalls do not drop this year, which is a huge W. So let's say like in 2K20, a lot of people don't remember, in 2K20 pure playmakers were able to get like certain contact dunks, elite contact dunks, pro contact dunks, but if you lost them at 99.9, if you lost your 99.9 thing, you would literally lose all of that. So this year they're saying that overalls won't drop at all, which is a huge W. You don't have to worry about playing a certain way in order to make sure your overall stays up, because I know that's a huge problem with locks and stuff. Locks will play like good defense, or sometimes like they won't get the ball a lot and then they have to deal with their overalls like fluctuating, which is really good, Mike. So that's most definitely a W. We still need a high 3-point to shoot. Now this is the W one. You don't have to be as high as last year to be a perimeter shooting threat if you have good timing at least, which means this is definitely going to differentiate builds, because you know how we run the same lineup: play sharp, play shot, perimeter lockdown, paint beast. Now 9 times out of 10 you might have pure playmakers out there. You might have play locks again, like we had in 2K20. We had play locks, we had perimeter locks, we had pure locks, we had blue-red locks. So it's going to definitely bring some differentiation amongst the game in 2K22, which I think is a good idea. Pretty much seeing the same 6'2" play sharps move all around the court is terrible anyway. So this is definitely a W in my opinion. What's most important is us using the controller. Will muscle memory of dribbling be the same where we have to learn to dribble again? Dribbling is probably closer to 20 than 21 control wise. I don't know what he means by that. I don't know if it's going to be the exact animations is 20 or if it's just going to be like he said control wise, so I'm assuming that's like I don't know, like maybe a little bit in the system but not completely 20 dribbling, because I hope it's not. The best dribbling we've ever had was 19, so I hope it's somewhere like, I don't know. 20 was decent, but it just wasn't the best dribbling in. Holding the pro stick always shoots like 20, but there are new combos and new moves you're going to want to learn. Okay. Will animation 6 be limited per position? For example, will power forwards or centers be able to use curry slots and any other animations? We're getting more animations based off size and ability this year, which is a W. Steady shooter is gone out the game. They said that shooting did change this year a little bit, but not that much. And they said that they're pretty confident that the community will like it. They said that many years, but we'll see what they mean by that when the game drops. Shots won't be taken away, only added. Some content will be season exclusives, but the actual on-court gameplay, sig, shots and moves will stay the same. Will stay in the game once they drop. Now the thing about this is they're trying to make it like a battle pass type thing like Fortnite. Bro, if I have to spend money, like, you know, like battle pass is usually like what, $10. If I have to spend money for signature styles, bro, that is an L. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Hopefully if they execute this the right way, they can get it to where every battle pass shows you like the levels and everything that you get in it. Like they show you a preview of the dribble moves, like in all, like, so it shows you like the size ups, everything that you can do out of it, stuff like that. But that pretty much covers the news, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, comment. This has been your boy Jay. Say you want me, then you out of love, baby girl, you out of love. That social never gonna club, like, oh, invite me to the club.